Truths change. A huge concept in knowings, and one that people constantly bring to me as something that impacted them deeply, was this group of two words: truths change. And with that, we have to ask ourselves, well, what am I going to do about that? Is it going to be this or that moving forward? And one of the things I teach is that we have a choice and we need to choose wisely. Our knowings, that thing inside of us that knows, it knows the answer when we want to put a mask on and lie about it. It knows our purpose and our calling, but we chase money or we chase status and we chase other things that keep us away from it. But inside us, the knowings is that truths change. I've had to face this in my own life with my marriage ending, spending the last 6 years as a single woman in my 40s. Motherhood, what does that look like as being the mother of two teens and somebody who didn't connect with being a mother of toddlers very well? I didn't love that stage. And people around me constantly said, don't you love it here? Don't you wish this would never end? And the truth inside me was that I just nodded and went along with what they said. But I had a different truth. The truth changed for me in that period of time. And all of this information is what I call data for your soul. So when I analyze my journals, and Knowings was written after I took 65 journals I've kept since I was 8 years old, and I analyzed them chronologically of the insanity that was addiction in my life, that was the hurt and pain of my parents divorcing and moving across the country, and then not having the traditional structure of family that was a truth that I believed. And it was all okay. In the end, all of the mess became the message that's in Knowings. And all of this work is what I help people with. So people come to me and want to write a book. So the truth is, for part of this summer school journey, the second module is going to have the worksheets on truths change. And throughout the 8 weeks, from July 15th until September 15th, I'm going to offer 3 workshops as well that you get access to. They're in the calendar in Skool, so when you join, you then become a member and you get access to the calendar. The live calls are for people who are in the summer school container, and the workshops are as well. They will also be offered one-to-one, and people can join and then get access to summer school. But what I'm going to teach in these 3 workshops is what people keep coming to me to ask about. How do I write a book? How do I take what's in my journals and turn it into something? And in those workshops on Write a Book, I'm going to share how I went through traditional publishing and then self-publishing. I have my work up on KDP on Amazon because it helps me make it available in different countries, which I've been so grateful that people have purchased from all around the world. I went through 3 series of editors that I didn't know before I published a book that were necessary. The developmental editor to take the concept and ideas, somebody who didn't know me at all and read the book to see if it made sense. A grammatical editor who went through and just did grammar and punctuation. And then the traditional editor who helped me walk through what is the book, what is the structure, taking what we called the awful first draft and turning it into something. Since then, people have come to me wanting to publish their own work or wanting me to read what they've written. And sadly, people are using a lot of AI technology to produce something that has no soul. It reads like it doesn't have data for the soul. So the truth is, in this part of what we're going to do in summer school is clear out all the noise, clear out all of the mess that's become piles and piles of paperwork that you need to organize, purge, or change the location of where they are so you can get clear on the message you want to move forward with. Truths Change is about writing a new story for ourselves. Truths Change is about acceptance and believing that we can change and then growing from that place of change. That's why in the workshops that we're going to do and the weekly live calls, we're going to go through the Knowings workbook. And at the end of it, you will have this plan for growth for yourself, your own data for your soul. And on any of the live calls that we're doing on Monday nights or on Thursday afternoons, you can pop on and ask questions about your own journey, your own organization, your own truths changing, whether that's in recovery or relationships or business stuff. Some of the hardest things that I coach people to do, I've coached more than 500 businesses and startups. Some of the hardest things that people have to do is shut down an idea because the truth changed about what it was about. Shut it down, pivot, and start over. And so these are the kinds of things I encourage you with. These are the kinds of things we talk about. And these are the facts that we have the choice to choose this or that. So if you want to dive into this, join me over in the Nest on the Skool community. The link is below. And we can talk about where you're at in your life, because the truth is, even though truths are changing, you know, it's in you. You know what you need to do to move forward. I look forward to seeing you there. And if you want to listen to the audiobook of Knowings, if you don't have a copy yet and you want to see what I've been writing, it is up. I'll link it at the end of this video. It's up on YouTube. I read it for free so that everyone has access to the messages that are in there. And in the introduction, I talk about truths change. See you in the nest.